This is part 12 of the in-scale layout, 24 by 48 inch. As you can see, I am now working on my mountain slash tunnel. As you can see, I have my first layer of covering over my foam. Basically, I used Mod Podge and a water mix about 75-25, and then I have the sheet stuff here that it's actually a wetting tablecloth, but it's made out of paper, and it's kind of a heavy fiber paper. So far it seems to be working really good. As I said, this is just my first layer. Actually, I've got the complete thing covered. Some areas it's got 2 layers, but anyway, that's kind of the first picture of the covering. It's looking pretty good already. I will let this dry, and then I will go back and I'll do a second where I kind of missed the first, and then I'll put some more Mod Podge on there to get it thicker and harder. I mean, obviously what I want to do is get this to be kind of a hard shell, and then from there we'll move on to painting. But anyway, I wanted to kind of give you a first view of the first coating of the basically crepe paper over the foam outline I had on my my rock hill. I think that's what I'm going to call it, a rock hill. That's kind of where I'm tension. Kind of give you an update. This is with my covering on it, and I've also got the inside painted black. That's not really that big of a deal, but I think it's covering really well. This material that I'm using seems to be working pretty good. It really soaks up the Mod Podge though. I've already got 2 coats of I laid it on real thick on the foam, then I laid a covering over it, and I laid it over the covering thick, let that dry, and then I've painted another coat on it. So we're on the second coat, but it is starting to get it's definitely hardening up. But I think one more coat of Mod Podge, and I think we'll be good there, and then I can start the actual painting and decorating of it. I'm getting excited on that. Anyway, just wanted to give you a little short update. For 2 days and 3 coats of Mod Podge, I'm happy with my outcome. As you can see, it's still real light, but it has a nice hard shell on it, and it's definitely going to be a really good surface for painting on. I'm thinking what I will do is start with gray. Well, actually, I should say I think my main colors will be gray, brown, and white. I think that will get me the outcome I'm looking for as far as a hill. As we will see, we'll start the painting process coming up. There is my first coat of paint on my rock tunnel. As you can see, what I did is I just took some pewter gray acrylic paint and painted it on. Then after I painted it on, I took a rag and wiped it, which what it does is it highlights the high spots and leaves the low spots with paint. It's already starting to look pretty cool. It's already starting to really look like a rock, isn't it? Now my intention is to go back and I will hit the high spots with a brown and kind of do the same process, wipe it off, and that'll give it more depth. And from there we'll see where we're at. Probably then after I do that, I'll probably go back and hit the black in the low spots and wipe it off so that it gets more dimension. And then the last thing you want to do is hit it with some white to highlight the sun or the shadows. And that should be the rock. Of course, you know, obviously I'll be putting trees on it and moss and etc. But I'm pretty happy with just the first coat of gray. It's already really starting to look like something. Okay, now I have came back, and as you can see, I highlighted some areas with brown to kind of give it a rock and dirt look. I don't want to overwork it. It's really starting to look really good. I don't know how far I want to work this. I'm definitely going to moss it up and everything, but it's already looking pretty good. I think I might try some black in there to like darken these inside crevices here. But I don't want to overwork it. Sometimes you can overwork it and it'll end up, you know, not looking as good as it does now. But anyway, there's where we're at with the rock. Honest, and tell me what you think of my rock mountain. It's my first. I mean, I think it looks pretty good, but you know, it's kind of like somebody that sings in the bathtub. They might think they sing good, but then when everybody else hears them, they're terrible. I don't know. I'm pretty proud of it. I've got about, well, let's see, I've got like 3 shades of gray, a couple of shades of brown. There's actually even some yellow in there. There's some black in there, some white in there. Tried to get it some structure and tone. I mean, I know it's not perfect, but by the time I'm going to put some moss around it, some greenery, and some small brushes and trees on it, I mean, I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, tell me what you think. Be honest. I mean, that's kind of what I ended up with. I mean, it's just paint. If it's that bad, I'll go back. You know, this is kind of the rock ledge, and then the other side's kind of the hillside. I maybe should have put a little more brown there. I don't know. I mean, you just can work it so long, and it just to where you're overdoing it. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, this will be I guess what would be part 12. I mean, if it really looks, I don't want to put it on my track if it looks really bad, and I'll go back and, I mean, I can always paint it all gray again and then start over, and I'd sure take suggestions on if you have a better way of painting it. I'm not quote an artist, so this is my first experimentation with it, and I mean, I actually think it looks pretty good, but like I said, I've been staring at it for a day or two, and I keep painting more and more on it, and I know I need to stop or I'm going to overdo it. But anyways, and subscribe to my channel, that little TheElectronMan at the end of the video. Click on it and hit subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm really wanting to continue to do these, and I'm hoping that I'm bringing something to the table. So, you know, if you get a chance, subscribe. Thanks. All aboard. This is TheElectronMan.